Imagine pure darkness, and piercing right through it, a single vision that sees absolutely everything. This universe hides countless secrets, but honestly, the greatest mystery of all is sitting right inside of us. Today in this explainer, we're diving deep into the intersection of ancient mythology, human psychology, and raw spirituality. We're talking about Virupaksha, Shiva's most fierce and powerful form. And listen, this isn't just some old story from a textbook. It's the literal blueprint of the eternal war happening inside your own mind right now. It's a battle we desperately need to understand today. So let's just jump right in.
I want you to ask yourself a seriously chilling question. What if just one look, a single glance from you, could instantly burn any illusion in your life to ashes? What's the very first thing you destroy? Imagine possessing an eye that literally cannot see anything but the absolute, unvarnished truth. An eye that just vaporizes fake relationships, empty promises, and all those false identities we build up. It's liberating, sure, but it's also absolutely terrifying, isn't it? Well, that fear and that ultimate truth, that is the exact essence of Virūpākṣa. So where does this powerful name actually come from? The word Virupaksha is born from two ancient Sanskrit roots. First, you have Virūpā, which means formless, or something completely beyond ordinary form. And then Aksha, which simply means eye. So Virupaksha doesn't just mean a guy with three eyes. The true psychological meaning here is a formless awareness, a cosmic gaze that sees in every direction at once. It doesn't care about skin or color or status. It looks straight into the core of reality. It's a gaze that literally no mask and no deception could ever fool. To really get this, we have to look at the symbolism of Shiva's three eyes, because it represents our entire existence. We all have two physical eyes, right? In this tradition, the left eye represents the moon, which is coolness and our worldly physical vision. The right eye is the sun, symbolizing heat and dynamic, outward energy. But here's the catch. Those two eyes only see duality. They see good and bad, joy and sorrow, you and me. But Shiva's third eye, the one resting right on the forehead, that is pure fire. It only opens when the illusions of the outside world dissolve. It represents non-duality. It's the fire of inner wisdom that just completely reduces ignorance to ash. And this brings us to what I think is the greatest psychological war ever told. Picture this. The gods are absolutely terrified. The demon Tarakasura is wreaking total havoc across the cosmos. But Shiva, he's completely lost in a profound, unbreakable meditation. To save the universe, somebody had to break his trance. Enter Kamadeva, the god of desire and lust. He arrives at Shiva's frozen mountain with a sudden, intoxicating spring season. The air gets heavy with temptation. And Kamadeva, holding this bow made of sugarcane, shoots a floral arrow directly at Shiva's heart. It's the ultimate strike of desire, aimed squarely at the very embodiment of absolute detachment. What happened next literally shook the fabric of the universe. The arrow strikes, and for just a microsecond, a tiny ripple of desire stirs. But instantly, realizing his meditation had been breached, a terrifying cosmic wrath awakens. Shiva doesn't open his physical eyes to see what distracted him. No, he opens his third eye. And this wasn't just an eye-opening, it was a sudden explosion of pure consciousness. The apocalyptic fire that shot out from that single gaze incinerated Kamadeva on the spot, reduced him to nothing but floating ash in a matter of seconds. Because pure desire simply cannot survive when it's confronted by pure, absolute awareness. Now, why does this matter to you and me? Because Kamadeva isn't some mythological guy hiding in the woods. Kamadeva is our own unchecked desire. He's the temptation, the distraction, the worldly attachment we all fight every single day. He represents our restless mind that's constantly dragging us toward the next physical pleasure. And Shiva's third eye? That is our capacity for pure awareness. It's our highest consciousness. The psychological reality here is absolutely profound. The exact moment true awareness wakes up inside you, desire instantly loses its grip. In the blazing fire of real perception, all those worldly attachments just evaporate into ash. To really unlock this, we need to talk about a concept called ahankara. And I don't just mean ego in the way we usually use it, like when someone's being arrogant. In deep spiritual terms, ahankara is the false identity we've totally wrapped ourselves in. It's that constant voice saying, I am my body, I am my career, I am my bank account. This ego is exactly what binds us to all these physical and emotional illusions, and it completely blocks us from knowing who we really are. Shiva, in his Virūpākṣa form, is the ultimate destroyer of this fake identity. That third eye fire isn't there to destroy the actual world. It's there to burn away the false I, so you can finally meet your true self. And honestly, this is exactly why people are so deeply afraid of this fierce form of Shiva. It's a hard truth, but humans don't actually fear physical destruction nearly as much as we fear losing our comforting illusions. We are so incredibly cozy in our manufactured realities and our little comfort zones. Any absolute truth that threatens to shatter those lies absolutely terrifies us. Virūpākṣa's gaze is frightening because it's totally ruthless. It burns away all the sweet, comforting lies you've been hugging tightly your entire life. So what are the arrows of Kamadeva in our world today? Well, we aren't meditating in frozen forests, but we are absolutely trapped in a massive digital web of illusion. The battlefield is everywhere. It's social media addiction. It's the endless, exhausting hunger for validation from strangers on the internet. It's blind consumerism whispering in your ear that buying more stuff will make you happy. It's uncontrollable emotional dependence. These are the modern arrows of desire striking our consciousness every single minute. And that's why, today, more than ever, we desperately need to awaken our inner Virupaksha to just incinerate these ego-driven distractions.
When you put it all together, what do we actually take away from this? It totally redefines what power even is. We've been completely conditioned to think that power means controlling other people, stacking up wealth, dominating our environment. But this story teaches us that the ultimate power has nothing to do with controlling the world. It is about absolute, unshakable mastery over yourself. The third eye is not a weapon of mass destruction. It's a secret tool to destroy your own ignorance. It shows us that when you are perfectly still and centered within, there isn't a single temptation in this universe that can even leave a scratch on you.
And that brings us to the most profound realization of this entire explainer. I really want you to let this sink in. Shiva's third eye does not burn the world. It only burns the lies we live as truth. Just think about that. Because on the day this gaze of Virūpākṣa finally awakens within you, the day the third eye of your own consciousness opens up, you'll realize your greatest enemy was never a person or a situation outside of you. Your greatest enemy was your own ignorance. And in that light, that ignorance will just turn to ash. I'll leave you with that. Take a moment to look inward and discover the absolute truth within yourself.